my sewing machine. I went ahead after I finished my little video yesterday and I cut out another square to my smaller, like my little pillow here. So I'm going to find the right side and have the right sides together. How I tell which side is the right side, I don't really know. I just tend to choose the darker side of my fabric, and then I'm going to put the right sides together, and then I'm just going to sew along my rectangle here, and I'm just going to leave one end. Right, so you should have something like this done when you're done your pillow. Right here is my opening, and then I am just gonna clip my my corners, and then any of like bulkiness right here, as you can see there's a little bit extra fabric. I'm going to just chop that off and cut off my corners. Right, I'm hoping that you ladies like this step-by-step tutorials a lot better than the like sped up and voiceovers, so then I can explain to you exactly what to do. If you have a serger, go ahead and use your serger on your edges here, but most people don't have a serger, so I'm not too worried on using mine. So, and if you have fluff, this would be the time where you would want to add your fluff to like your little pillow right here. So I'm just rolling out my edges here, or you could use your scissors, the point to your scissors, and point them out. I still haven't picked up fluff, so I won't be stuffing my little pillow, but it is at least ready to be stuffed. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a top stitch all around the edge, except on the side that has an opening, because that's where I'm going to need to put my fluff when I get it. So all I'm going to do is go around the 3 edges that are already sewn closed, and then I will do this part when I go to close it up. Alright, so this is what I have once I top stitched. As you can see here, it is still open, and I'm just going to put this off to the side until I need it. And next I am going to sew up where I had my pins here on my little tails. So I'm going to start at one end and work my way to the other end, staying as close to the edge as I can. Okay, so there was my one pin there. I've sewn all around my edge here, all the way to my other pin. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn it right side out, and then I'm going to make my markings with the chalk for where I need to put my foam for the mattress. Alright, so I'm back from my sewing machine. I showed you that I sewed all around my edge here. If you wanted to, and if you have a serger, or if you don't have a serger, you can use a zigzag stitch all around the edge. Or you could just do a straight stitch like I did, and if you wanted to, you could clip your ends so they don't bulk up so much. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm just going to cut off my excess little strings here, and then fold it right side out, like so. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find my little casing, whatever ones I want to use, and then I am going to put it right on top of my little where my fabric meets here, and that's going to lay right on top, so then I can string my string through. So I'm going to run and decide which like bias tape, or if you want to get ribbon, or you know, whatever. Just decide what you want to use and go and grab that. Alright, so here are my ribbons that I got from Dollarama. They are 1.5 inches, so I usually buy 2 of them so then I can have enough to go around, and then I usually have a lot more left over. I usually try to decide what color I want to use to go with this. So this is like a teal. I don't know, I might use white, like this white floral one, to go around it. Or I might use the blue. I think the white works out best. So, if you're going to be using the ribbon from Dollarama, then like I said, you're going to have to get 2 or like several spools, and then you can have lots for plenty of projects. No, actually what I decided that I might use the blue, because, hey, don't touch my pins. Because these are kind of boy colors, so I kind of want to stick to the boy colors. My white has flowers on it, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with my blues here. So I'm going to attach these 2 together, and how I do that is I just take one end of each ribbon and I sew them together. So I'm going to get my 2 edges here, put them right sides facing, and then just sew right there, and then I will be back to show you what I do next. Okay, so now that both of my ribbon pieces are sewn together, so it's one long piece, what I'm going to do next is grab my pins, and I usually do this at the machine, so then I can do one side and then do the other side. This is going to be kind of hard to explain, so hopefully I can do it. I'm going to take one of my ends here, and I'm going to take one of the ends to my ribbon, and I'm just going to place it right in the middle of where you think your ribbon is you're going to place right on where both your fabrics meet up. And then what I usually do, like I said, I'm already usually at the sewing machine, so I sew up one side, so that would be the back side, and then I go ahead and sew up the other. And as you can see, my ribbon here has a raw edge, so I just tuck that under. So now it has a clean edge and it's tucked under. And then I place that on top. And I'm just going to do a couple pins here. Alright, so I set up the camera behind my my sewing machine. So here is my ribbon, and I am just going to do one side for now. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just sewing on the very edge and making sure my middle of my ribbon here stays on that middle line of where both of my fabrics meet up, if that makes sense. Okay, and just work one side, and then take your time if you need to. You'll be able to see in just a minute here what I'm doing. Because this curves here at one of the tails, that's why it flips up. So keep adjusting your fabric if you need to. If you need to pull on it, then just make sure that the fabric underneath the ribbon is straight. It's got no bumps in it or nothing. So I'm gonna set up my bigger tripod to give you guys a different angle, and also make sure that no fabric gets. All right, hopefully you guys can see. So I am making sure that my other side is not gonna go through underneath, and I am just working on the side that I want to. So, as you can see, both of my sides right here, there is a middle seam that joins both of these fabrics together. I am simply just putting my ribbon right on top, and then just sewing on the one side. Okay, so I am nearing my edge here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find my edge there and cut it off. So, and then this is all that I have remaining. And then how I did the beginning is what I'm going to do at the end. So just continue making sure that you are straight all the way until the end here. And then once you get to the end, you can flip this side in, so then you have a clean finish. Lay that down. And take it in a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. Lay that down. And And then I am going to do the same thing that I did. So this is what you should have. And then I'm just going to stitch down this side to this side of my baby nest. Start from one end and go all the way around. Okay, so I've already cut out a few of my mattresses here. So what I did was I just took my little piece here and had it up against my edge, and I got a marker here and I just mark around. So you're gonna just take one of your foamies and your sheet here. Now before we use this, I am going to make sure it's very flat in the middle. Bring it down a little bit if I can. Sorry, it's a little bit crooked. And then I'm going to grab the same stencil, put that in the middle here, like right where that would go. Grab your chalk and just draw a line. Hopefully, oh yeah, you guys can kind of see it. And then just make sure that everything is completely flat, so then you don't have any bunches underneath. And I'm gonna take some pins and then pin the middle into place just so it doesn't slide anywhere. Just put pins in random places. Alright. Now we're going to go back to the sewing machine and I'm going to sew this line exactly right on top of this line that I just made with my chalk. And then once we are done that, I'm gonna go right on top, right on top of my line right here. There's and then I will slip in my my foamy, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so now that I'm done that part, I'm going to take my pins out. And what I'm going to do next is, sometimes I have to make my mattress a little shorter, because sometimes it doesn't quite fit in there. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take off about an inch off my little my foamy here. So I'm just gonna eyeball it like so, and then I'm going to put this in there. One of my strings just pulled right there, but try not to do that. Try not to pull your strings. So I just gotta make this fit in there as best as I can. Just like so. Pull that down, pull that down. All right. Okay. So my mattress is now in. I'm going to bring my camera a little closer. So here's what it looks like with my mattress in. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to fold it under like that, both sides, and then take it to my machine and then sew it right there.